If you want to lose weight, gain muscle, look better and completely change your life, then this video is for you. I lost 20 pounds of fat and gained 10 pounds of muscle in 1 year when I was 15 years old, and it completely changed my life. When I was 14, I was kind of this fat, ugly, out of shape kid. I didn't really feel that confident around people. I was uncomfortable in my own skin because I was like 5'9". I was a bit taller than all the other kids, and I was like 90 kilos. That's overweight for most adults as well. And because of that, I constantly just stuck out, and I didn't really feel comfortable being around people. And because of that, it kind of ruined my quality of life. I just wasn't that happy. But a year later, I'd completely turned it around. I'd gone from waking up in the morning and seeing like my flabby stomach, kind of like my man boobs and stuff, to waking up in the morning and looking like a nice toned, like almost like a 4-pack with like some nice big arms and veins and everything. I felt so much better because of it. And I can help you do the exact same thing. So this video is going to talk about the mindset changes I made, the diet changes I made, and the fitness stuff. And all of these things accumulated are really going to help you make the changes you need to make to change your life. So the first thing that you need to fix is your diet. And your diet is like the foundation of everything you're going to do here. It's going to impact your fitness, it's going to impact your mental health, it's going to impact your school grades, it's going to impact almost everything in your life. And I really cannot stress how important it is, honestly, because you can do as many workouts as you want. You can do as many hours of cardio, of swimming, of running, of walking as you want. If your diet is still shit, you're not going to lose weight and you're going to look the same, and you're going to end up in the same place a year from now. That's probably like your worst nightmare. And it's the same for me as well. So you have to change your diet. And the first thing you need to think about is the fact that you've been eating too many calories your whole life. And you won't go crazy and say you need to do this and do that, but at least know in your mind that eating junk food, eating highly processed sugary foods is not good for you. Nothing is completely ridiculous that other influencers, other mukbang influencers, other fitness influencers, they're doing these calorie challenges, where they're just trying to stuff their face full of as much shit as possible. Trust me, they're endorsing it, saying it's good for you, it's not good for you. All of these influencers, you're going to see at some point they're going to have some sort of like epiphany or some sort of mental health thing where they get super sad and they change for the better and they get healthy. And by then, it's going to be way too late for you, okay? You need to listen to me right now. And I know I'm being a bit mean right now, but genuinely, just take my advice right now. Take the steps to cut out those bad foods, and you're going to look better, you're going to feel better. And like, it's going to change your life in so many ways that I can't even like explain them all in one video. Like, for example, like you see my skin right now, my skin is literally perfect, like glass clear. And I don't have a skin routine. I take a shower every day and sometimes I wash my face. But it's clear because I'm not eating these foods which are literally poisoning you. And my body just loves the foods I'm eating and it's just using them. And as my skin is reacting to the food, that's normally what's going on with your skin, is reacting to the food you're eating. And to actually do this, the thing I said before about making those small steps, trying to fix one little thing at a time and reaffirming it to yourself. And when I say reaffirm it to yourself, I mean you have to really actively think and be happy and make the mental changes to actually feel better as you do this. Because things I was talking about at the start of the video, I was saying, oh, I felt unconfident. I didn't feel comfortable and I felt like I stuck out and stuff like that. Just, you can literally be happy by just thinking about the fact that I'm going to be happy right now. Let me think of a happy thought. If you manage to go a whole day without drinking like a sugary drink, think to yourself and be like, damn, this is the first time in my whole life that I've really gone a whole day without drinking this shit. And just be proud of that. Just be really proud of that. Do it for a week and you build up that momentum and you can keep going and add something new. You could be like, okay, no more chocolate bars for tomorrow. Stuff like that. Slowly start cutting stuff out and mentally keep reaffirming to yourself that I'm doing better. I'm doing better. And more important than that, when something goes wrong, something is definitely going to go wrong in this journey. One day you're going to be like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to eat no more like cookies or no more biscuits. And you're going to be there, give in to one of your urges and end up eating like a little cookie or something. And what do you do in that situation? And in these situations, you just have to think to yourself that you have two options here. You have two options. You can either be like, oh no, I've lost all my progress, I've ruined all my gains, and just go down that alley of just being like, oh, I'm just going to be sad about it the whole time. I'm going to do nothing. I'm just going to keep eating this junk food. I might as well. And guess what that's going to get you? Absolutely nowhere. You're going to go backwards because of that. But if you take the other option and you think about like, oh, okay, I've made a mistake. I've made this one mistake. All I can do now is move forward. There's no point ruminating on the past and getting anxious about it. Replace that with positive thoughts for the future. So think about, okay, I've made a mistake. Why did I make that mistake? Or think about, okay, I'm not going to do that again. Let me really think about this feeling of shame that I have right now because I made that mistake and be like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And then next time you have that thought, be like, oh, I remember I felt so bad. And realistically, you're probably going to make the mistake again. But what we can do is keep reinforcing this and avoid that rumination of the sadness of the past and focus on your happiness in the future. Focus on the fact that, okay, if I eat this cookie, I'm basically taking one step backwards away from my dream physique of like having a nice six pack. Imagine yourself with like a nice six pack, nice like toned face with a little jawline and the nice like shoulders, all of that. Just imagine that, keep that circulating in your mind. And every time you have an urge, just think to yourself, how badly do I want to look like that? How badly do I want to change my life? How badly do I want to be more confident? How badly do I want to feel more happy? How badly do I care about my own health? And honestly, in terms of diet, that's literally everything you need to know about diet to get the ball rolling, to get started. You know, like what foods are bad for you. I don't have to say you need to eat less food, you need to eat that. You know you're eating too much. You know you're doing this, you know you're doing that. Just go and do it, honestly. I'm not going to be here and say, oh, like count your calories, cut out this food and that food, eat this and that. Make sure you're eating an increasing amount of protein in your diet. So really try and eat more. If you can, try and eat more meat, try and eat more eggs, try and eat more like if you have protein powder, that's really good as well. And try and just reduce the amount of like unhealthy foods. You know what unhealthy foods are like: the crisps, the sweets, the cookies, that kind of stuff. Just try and slowly take steps towards eventually cutting that out because it's not good for you. And never reward yourself for eating that. Never be like, oh, I've had a long day, I deserve to eat a cookie. Just try and, as much as you can, try not to eat that kind of stuff. But obviously, you can't do it instantly, and just try and just try and just try. You have to keep going at it, keep banging at it until eventually you'll notice, you look at your body one day, you'll be like, oh wow. And I'm not going to go into super specific details past that because you don't need to know much more at this point. But I'm going to make more videos explaining that later on. Okay, and in terms of training, I'm not going to go on another little rant about like how some people are like, oh, you don't need to train, your muscles don't matter. Your muscles do matter, like the way you look really does matter. And it's super, super important. And right now, I'm guessing you're kind of overweight like I was when I was 14, kind of flabby, poor self image. Just go and start moving somehow, go and start doing some sort of cardio. And that can literally just be going on a walk. Just literally go, if you really care about right, you'll do it right now. Just go downstairs, put your shoes on, go on a walk for 20 minutes. Or go to the gym, go on a treadmill for 20 minutes. Stuff like just really, really simple baseline stuff. It hasn't got to be difficult. It hasn't got to be grueling. You haven't got to be like breathing out your ass by the end of it. You just have to do some sort of movement to get started. And on top of this cardio, actually one more thing about the cardio, to make it more fun, try and do it with other people. Try and play like some sport. If you do like playing football with your friends for an hour, you're going to have more fun doing that for an hour, burning more calories running around than you will probably walking on your own in silence for like 20 minutes. So stuff like that, doing it with your friends. Personally, I played a lot of rugby, and I just went to the gym as well because I really enjoyed it. But I know some people don't. So just doing some sort of movement with your friends is really going to help you get the ball rolling for the cardio. But I would definitely try and progress into some sort of consistent sort of cardio rather than like that inconsistent kind of thing of like going out with your mates and stuff, because one day you could be running around like crazy, but then one day your mates just might not be on it, and then you'll burn like so many less calories. So maybe make it something consistent. Like if you take the bus to school, just start walking. Or if you can't walk, take the bus like halfway and maybe walk the last 15 minutes. And if you do that both ways, you've done an extra 30 minutes of cardio that you weren't doing before. And that could completely change your life. And on top of that, it is super, super important that if you want to look good, get like them big muscles, you really should be going to the gym and doing resistance training. And generally, if you're over the age of 14, just start. My mom personally, she was like, "Oh, it's gonna stunt your growth. Oh, you're gonna get injured." I've never had a gym injury in my life because I was super smart. My friends were really good at it as well. But honestly, I've never been injured from the gym. I've been super sore, but I've never been injured. It's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna impact your growth. Just don't worry about it. But if you do want to get started in the gym, just literally right now, just buy the membership and go there, and just 20 minutes you're in there and out. You're out of there in 20 minutes. Just go there and do whatever exercises you know. If it's going to be some like shitty bicep curl, just make it a shitty bicep curl. Just go in there and get started. Getting started is like the biggest step you could take right now. Just showing up is good enough for you right now. And obviously, as you progress, you're going to eventually be like, okay, let me think about a little program to do. So maybe this day I'm going to go and train arms and shoulders, and the next day I'm going to do chest and back, or then I'm going to train legs. But in terms of just starting resistance training, just go like 3 times a week. Maybe like on Monday, a Wednesday, Friday, take the weekend off. Stuff like that. Just really simple. You're in there for 20 minutes, then 30 minutes, then 40 minutes, then like eventually, it depends on what you actually do, but definitely you need to be lifting weights and doing resistance training, because that is what's going to make your muscles bigger. And I've got more videos coming about how to actually train to maximize your muscle growth. But if you don't go to the gym, just start by showing up. Honestly, just show up. And another little mental kind of tip for the mindset: do it with your friends. Do it with take one of your friends, be like, okay, let's get jacked. Another one of your unfit friends, or like one of your fit friends even. Just be like, yo, I really want to get jacked. Let's do it together. I know you're a bit skinny, I'm a bit fat. Let's make this change. We can both be like super jacked in a year. And they'll be so motivated. Trust me. Just be convincing, be happy in yourself that you want to do it, and just find somebody to take on this journey with you. And that's really going to help keep you motivated, keep you accountable. Keeping you accountable is so, so important, because you're going to have the tendency to like lie to yourself. Even some people do this, and it's going to be like, oh, this one little cookie won't impact my life. But then you're going to go to the gym, and if you've been talking to your friend about your diet, he's going to come and ask you, be like, oh, how was your diet today? And you're going to be like, oh, it was actually, you have the tendency to be like, oh, it was quite good. But then you might end up saying like, oh, wait, I actually ate kind of bad today. And it's going to make you reaffirm in your mind. And then you can replace that by thinking more positively in the future, that like, okay, I've made a mistake. I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. It's just stuff like that. Having a friend makes every workout so much more fun. Having a friend makes eating more fun. Literally, just being with people is a fun thing. And really just try and take someone with you on this journey, or take multiple people on this journey. And you'll have so much more fun. You'll be so much more consistent. And honestly, you'll just feel so much better because of it. And on that idea of being accountable, if you can't find a friend to stay accountable with, literally just leave a comment on the video. Just say, and make it like evidence proof. Just say, I'm not going to drink a sugary drink tomorrow. I am not going to eat a cookie. I'm not going to eat any cookies tomorrow at break time at school like I normally do. Or I'm not going to get sweets on the way home from school tomorrow. Or I'm going to go for a walk tomorrow, something like that. And come back at the end of tomorrow and just think, did you do that or did you not? And you can be proud of it or not. And then if you don't do it, just come back another day and do it. Just keep going until you do it. Just make sure your goals are small and reasonable. Dreaming big is great. Thinking like, yeah, I'm going to have one of the best like physiques in my school, like something like that. That's a perfectly reasonable thing to think. Even though some people, you might think, oh, they got better genetics than me, they got better this. Thinking that in like a year, I'm going to look great and I'm going to have like a six pack. And if you're like super obese right now, you can do that. Honestly, you can do it. Just start. To start, you need to just build some momentum and start with those really small, simple goals. And these are like genuinely the things that I've been telling people for the last couple of years. Like I'm talking about when I was 15, I'm 17 right now. And these are the things that I tell people that when they come up to me in the gym or something, I'm working out and they're like, yo, how'd you get like that? And they're like kind of fat. I'm just telling them like these really simple things. And I see them a couple months later. And sometimes, and usually, sorry, they usually have made great progress because you see them and you stay accountable and stuff like that. So honestly, please do consider subscribing. I'm going to be making more content on specifically how to make these changes, specifically what gym stuff you need to do, the specific exercises, the specific diets to maximize muscle growth, to maximize fat loss, all of that. So please do subscribe and have a great day.